In today's class, we're looking at a polygon. What is a polygon? A polygon is an enclosed plane figure made up of straight line segments joined end to end. You can see polygon there. I have an example triangle made up of straight line segments. You see the lines here, here, here. They are joined end to end. This one is a quadrilateral. That's a polygon with 4 sides. You see the lines, this side, this side, this side, and this side. That is a quadrilateral. So this is a polygon. They are made up of a closed, and they are enclosed. It's not open. It is not. There is no open end and there is no curve. That's one thing. Now we have examples of polygon. We have triangle. Triangle has 3 sides. Quadrilateral have 4 sides. Pentagon has 5 sides. Hexagon have 6 sides. Heptagon have 7 sides. Octagon has 8 sides. We also have nonagon that has 9 sides, and decagon that has 10 sides. These are examples and types of a polygon. These are non-examples of polygon. Circle is not an example of polygon. Curved surface is not an example of polygon. An open figure is not an example of polygon. So when you see a circle, because of the curved, it is not an example of polygon. A polygon is always bounded by straight line, no curve. So that should be noted. Let's look at parts of a polygon. When you look at a polygon, you can identify these following parts. You can see the vertex. See the vertex, that's the corner where the corners where the two sides meet. The vertex is the corner where the two sides meet. You can see it here. This is the vertex. You can see the side. The side is a straight line that forms a polygon. This straight line, that is the side. You can see interior angle. Angle that is formed here is interior angle. You can see it. And this one is angle in a straight line. You can see the diagonal. The diagonal is a line that is joining non-adjacent vertices. So whenever you see a polygon, you must always identify the vertex, that's the corner where two lines meet. You can always identify the side, that is the straight line that is forming the polygon, and there will always be diagonal, that is the line that can join non-adjacent vertices. That is the diagonal. Let's look at types of polygon. We have regular and irregular polygon. When you look at regular polygon, you have all sides and all angles are equal. In regular polygon, you see all sides. This example is a equilateral triangle. This side is the same as this side, the same as this side, and this angle is the same as this angle and the same as this angle. That's for equilateral triangle. We have also square. Square has all sides equal. See the sides, they are all equal, and the angles are equal, 90 degrees. Now we have irregular polygons. Irregular polygons have the sides are not, and angles are not equal. Example, you have rectangle. Rectangle has 2 sides are equal, 2 opposite sides, and the other sides are not. So the length and the breadth are not the same. You have a scalene triangle. Scalene triangle has only 2 sides equal. This one is not correct. In scalene triangle, only 2 sides are equal, the other side is not equal. So that means the angles are not equal. So these are types of a polygon, regular and irregular polygon. We have interior angles of a polygon. So the interior angles are found inside the polygon. Here, this is the interior angle of this quadrilateral, you see it. Now, how do we calculate interior angles of a polygon? The sum of interior angles of a polygon, we have a formula, and that formula is n minus 2 times 180. That is how to calculate the sum of angles in a polygon. So n means the number of sides of that polygon. So for example, if our polygon is triangle have 3 sides. So n will be 3. 3 minus 2 will be 1. 1 times 180 will give us what? 180. That means the sum of angle in a triangle is what? 180. If our n is 5, that means the example is find the sum of the interior angle of a pentagon. A pentagon has how many sides? 5 sides. That means n is equal to 5. So when n is 5, the sum of the interior angle, remember the sum of interior angle is n minus 2 brackets, then it's 3 times 180. So in this case, n minus 2, that is 5 minus 2, 5 minus 2 times 180. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 times 180. Calculate, what do you get? 3 times 180 is equal to 540 degrees. So the sum of angle of interior angles of a pentagon is 540 degrees. You can use this formula to calculate the sum of interior angles of a hexagon. Let us do it. Calculate the sum of interior angles of a hexagon. Pause this video and see if you can get the answer. Then play it and see whether your answer matches with mine. Find the sum of the interior angles of a hexagon. Interior angles of a hexagon. So how do we calculate it? Remember our formula: n minus 2 brackets times 180. 180. So our n here, since this is a hexagon is 6. N minus 2, which is 6 minus 2, will be 4. 4 times 180. So multiply 4 times 180. What will you get? You will get 720. Did you get 720 degree? So that is the sum of interior angle in a hexagon. Now we're going to find out each angle. So this, if the sum of interior angle of a hexagon is 180, a hexagon have 6 sides. So what will each angle be? So to get what each angle will be, what you simply do is to divide by the number of sides. So in our last question, we have solved that of a hexagon, and we got 720 as the sum of an interior angle of a hexagon, and we're going to divide it by the number of sides in hexagon. Hexagon have 6 sides, so let us divide it by 6. 72 into 6 will give you what? 12. Then to this will give you 0. So our answer here becomes each interior angle of a hexagon will be 120 degree. That's what it is. Find each interior angle of a regular pentagon. Find each interior angle of a regular pentagon. Remember our regular pentagon, how do we find the sum of the interior angle? The sum of interior angle is n minus 2 brackets times 180. So when we solve this, n minus 2 is a pentagon is 5 sides. So n minus 2, 5 minus 2 will be 3. 3 times 180 divided by n. N is 6. N is 5. So I'm using this formula because 3 times 180 will give us the number of the total angle in the polygon, and we are dividing it by 5, which is number of sides. So let us divide straight. 5 into itself 1. 5 into 18 will give you 36. 3 times 36. 3 times 36 will give us what? It will give us 108 degrees. So this is very, very simple. If you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly smash that subscribe button and like this video, share it so others can discover it.